The purpose of this video is to take you through some of the updates and functionality changes that we have made to the Ortus portal. Firstly, you'll see a change in the design and user experience across the clinician or admin portal that we're looking at here. The first functionality update that we have made is to a patient or user's profile. So by selecting one of these, we can see that we now have the ability to add in or edit next of kin details. So here are next of kin details that a patient has inputted, but you're also able to edit and update these as required. Similarly, if no patient next of kin details had been previously inputted, you would also be able to add these in if required. Any mandatory fields are marked with an asterisk, and any additional information is up to you whether you add them in or not. Simply select Save or Cancel, and this will update in the patient portal. Previously, adding a patient into Ortus was a manual task, and whilst we still maintain that manual functionality, we also now have the ability to add a patient in using the NHS Patient Demographics, or PDS service from the NHS Spine. Simply add in an NHS number, select Search, and this will pull patient demographic data from the NHS PDS service, which will then enable you to add a patient to Ortus. You just need to add a hospital number in, and then select Create Profile. Any other information fields that you wish to add in can be done so as well. In the same manner that useful documents are provided to patients through an automated functionality with a diagnosis, we've also added in rehabilitation documents. So these are grouped into exercise, diet and nutrition, and well-being, and could be resources such as British Heart Foundation videos or local documents or PDFs that are useful as part of a patient's ongoing care. To add in a document, simply select the category that you wish to add this into. So here we have an exercise document. Give the document a title, a brief description, assign it to a diagnosis, and then if you wish to add a local file as an attachment, then you can also do so there. Patients will automatically receive rehabilitation documents when they are assigned a diagnosis in the Ortus platform, and these can be edited and reviewed as required. We've also added in a waiting room functionality, where you can see patients who are waiting to speak to a clinician. You're able to filter by provider or clinician, and you'll then see a list of patients who are waiting to be seen. Patient identifiers include name, gender, and age, as well as date of birth, hospital number, and the time that they've arrived. You're able to take an action to inform that the patient that you may be running very late, 5 to 10 minutes late, or that you're on time. This will be communicated to the patient through their portal. You're also able to see a list of previously completed patient appointments, again being able to filter by provider, but also with date and time parameters as well. We've also added in the ability to configure specific appointment types. Depending on admin privileges or access privileges, you'll be able to access the setup menu where you can navigate to the appointment type tab on the left-hand side. You'll then see a list of active or inactive appointments that you can filter by hospital or clinic, where you'll see a list of appointment types with a brief description, whether it's a video consultation, any associated attachments, and the ability to edit these appointments as required. To create a new appointment type, simply navigate to the orange plus button on the right-hand side, select your clinic, give your appointment type a name, use the tick box functionality as to whether this is a video appointment or not, provide a brief description of your appointment, and attach any files that you wish to be provided to patients ahead of their appointment. This will be done automatically based on this appointment type. Simply select Save, and this will then save as an option to be able to send to patients when booking appointments in the future. The final upgrade that we have done is to the virtual ward. So here you have the ability to see your created virtual wards already, but we've also added in the ability to provide a questionnaire directly to patients when they're added into a virtual ward. By selecting a specific virtual ward, you're able to see all patients within that virtual ward, where you'll see a number of key changes that are displayed on screen here. You can see observations, so heart rate, blood pressure, for example, are inputted, and based on inputs and risk and thresholds are color coded either in amber or red, as well as updates to symptoms and questionnaires as well. You're able to view a patient's questionnaires that they have inputted or responded to by selecting the small icon on the left-hand side, and any affirmative answers from patients will be displayed in a red box here. Similarly, with symptoms, you're able to view a history of symptoms, which are displayed graphically, as well as any recent follow-up questions that have been asked when the patient has most recently inputted their symptoms. For both questionnaires and symptoms, you're able to take an action, and this action could be to message the patient, or it could be to admit them to hospital. Once an action has been taken, the red action box will turn into a green actioned box, where you're able to then review any actions that were taken, who they were taken by, and when they were taken. This is important for being able to work across a multidisciplinary team, but also from an audit perspective as well. You can click directly on a patient within the virtual ward and go straight to their trends over the last series of time periods, being able to filter by time period and observations submitted as well. From the virtual ward, you're also able to message patients on an individual, selected group, or entire group basis. To message an individual patient, simply select the individual patient message. You're able to have these as free text or as observation reminder templates that can be configured within the Ortus platform. You're able to message multiple patients by selecting them using the icon on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, or you're also able to message the entire ward using the group mail functionality at the top here. Simply select group mail, and again you have the option to free text a message or add any attachment, or you're also able to add an observations reminder template or which other templates have been configured into this message as well. Simply select send, and the message will send to all patients. You're also able to take an audit or review of messages that have previously been sent from a virtual ward, where you're able to view total number of recipients, including patient information, and also the ability to see any unread messages. So here we can see that of a total of 4 patients who received a message, 3 of them haven't read it. You're able to view those patients, and you're able to directly resend a message, which again could be a template or a free text option, directly to those patients from the virtual ward.